All right, hey VC, I'm Jamie. Welcome back. We're back with another video on this Black Friday Record Store Day 2025. Here we are. And boy, oh boy, where I live, I don't remember this much snow on a Record Store Day Black Friday. It has brightened things up, but we got walloped with snow from overnight conditions into today. I think it's pretty much going to be through the weekend as well. So needless to say, the local record stores weren't too busy, but I I kind of went overboard once again. I don't know. There was such a great selection available this time, and you weren't, having to jostle your way to enjoy some of this music. So this is my local record stores, both Sound Fixation and Diamond Dogs. And it's one of those ways, I know, like I went overboard, which tends to happen sometimes, but I do still feel it's a great way to support local record stores, as best we can, especially when we're getting into the holiday season. So I'll save the big one for last, but there's quite a pile here. Hey, there we go. Supporting local, there we are. All right, Bob Dylan, the Free Willin' Bob Dylan. This is sort of the expanded version, if you will. The first ever release of the Free Willin' Bob Dylan as it was originally conceived. This is a Black Friday release. It includes 4 tracks that were withdrawn before the album came out, and the 4 tracks are listed there. So you can see that, and with original never before seen liner notes. Okay, so I thought that was just a really nice concept to reissue this the way it was, shall we say, originally intended. I think that's pretty cool, and going to be enjoying listening to that. I am a sucker for that kind of stuff when they, release an album as originally intended, which often happens when, they have the album set and then songs get cut for whatever reason. Okay, and this is simply on paper sleeve, no line sleeve or anything like that. So I have the straightforward sort of Columbia 2i label. So Bob Dylan, the Free Willin' Bob Dylan, and appropriately enough with the cover for where I am, there is snow on the ground on the cover and snow on the ground where I am. So there you have that. Okay, let's put that over there. I did decide to pick this up. I wasn't sure about this one. I do like a lot of the Fleetwood Mac live albums, and this is Live 75 of Fleetwood Mac. Record Store Day Black Friday, live recording from the legendary 1975 tour on vinyl for the first time, featuring Rhiannon, Landslide, I'm So Afraid, and more. 2 LPs pressed on limited edition crystal clear vinyl. And I think this is actually a gatefold, interestingly enough, because a lot of times they are not. So I'm going to just open it right up at the top. I'll have to see if I can save that hype sticker, of course, because we don't want to lose a Record Store Day hype sticker. Oh, sorry, I'll show you the back there. Maybe I'll get the shrink off. We'll take a better look at it. Okay, I'll just put that there, and there we have it. Of course, the Rumors lineup. There's the track listing there. And this opens up like this. Oh, lots of liner notes. And CBGB continuing to be out on tour. And for this, we have polyline sleeves. Very nice. And, okay, yeah, that's fairly crystal clear. There's the one. I'll put that away. That over there, and of course we'll take a look at the other one. And with that infamous penguin. Okay, and they are certainly all smiles on that cover. Mick without his beard there too. Okay, there you have that. Okay, pick this up. I do believe this was a Record Store Day Black Friday release, even though it doesn't say it on the label. But this is the Stranglers, and this is, I believe, their debut album, Ratus Norvegus. I'm probably not pronouncing that very well. And this is a band I've really been getting into, the Stranglers. It was a band I was always aware of, but weren't within my radar sort of thing. So really trying to enjoy this band a lot more. This is a 2025 remaster of the Stranglers debut album. Translucent green vinyl, features Hanging Around, Get a Grip on Yourself, and Peaches. And then this says like Album Day Rock. I'm not sure what that's all about there in the hype stickers. So And I don't know if this is one of those, probably one of those record store day, first releases, and then this will be available after record store day, I'm assuming. Okay, let's pop that open. Okay. And yeah, not polylined, but there we go. Yeah, and there you have it. Interesting sort of nice cardboard sleeve, but interesting design there. Okay, let's move right along. I often don't pick up the Joni Mitchell. Like I love the Joni Mitchell archive box sets that come out, and I don't often pick up the Joni Mitchell stuff that's released on vinyl, sort of in conjunction with these. But I did pick up this one. This is Joni Mitchell Rolling Thunder Review, hence Bob Dylan connections, celebrating 50 years of the legendary tour, limited edition. But this also spotlights Joni Mitchell when she was sort of jamming and sort of rehearsing at Gordon Lightfoot's house in Toronto back on November 30th, 1975. So those are a few of the tracks on side 2. But there's also, of course, the Convention Center, Niagara Falls, New York, November 15th, 1975. That's all on side 1, or at least a number of, well, I shouldn't get ahead of myself here. These tracks are from all over the place. That's just the first track, and then it's Cambridge, Massachusetts, and then it looks like we also have Boston, and then, as I say, side 2 is Gordon Lightfoot's house in Toronto. Sort of an informal thing, and then we also have the Forum in Montreal. And then we also have, looks like Fort Worth, Texas. So this is just all over the place. Looks like it's just the one track at Gordon Lightfoot's house, Woman of Heart and Mind. And wow. But I thought at the very least this should be an interesting release to have it kind of presented this way. Most of these tracks, if not all of them, are available on the sort of archive series. So let's open that up. And simply nice polyline sleeve. And sort of in the, okay, we got a nice photo there. And then sort of in keeping with the style of the archive series. Okay. All right, well, we're not done yet. I was a sucker for this one, Alice Cooper. This is Welcome to My Nightmare, live at the Forum, Los Angeles, 1975, Record Store Day, Black Friday, previously unreleased live 1975 performance from the LA Forum, featuring, of course, Welcome to My Nightmare, Only Women Bleed, and a whole lot more glorious chaos, celebrating 50 years of Cooper's debut solo album, Welcome to My Nightmare. And yeah, I just thought this looked really interesting. And this looks like it is a gatefold, which is nice to see. Because I say increasingly, they're not gatefolds. They tend to be, 2 albums in a single sleeve. So let's pop that off. Okay, whoops. Almost. I'm just going to pop that off the top like that. Put that over there. Okay, ooh, quite a nice gloss to this. My goodness. And there you have the track listing. And opening this up like this. Alice Cooper over the top. And we've got, again, nice polyline sleeves. Pretty straightforward with the labeling. Just pop that back in there. And we'll take a look at the other one. And whoops. Like that, and like that. I'm trying my best not to touch the records as best I can. Okay, so wow, there you go. Very nice. Okay, and this was definitely high on my list. It's certainly not their best album by any stretch, but to see this now available on vinyl, this is the band Post-R.R Robertson and the band and Jericho. So RSD Black Friday limited edition, first time on vinyl, 2 LPs, Cobalt Blue and 45 RPM, interestingly enough. But I have heard this album before, and overall it's a pretty decent album for their first sort of post Robbie Robertson release. Now this is a double LP, but it looks like it is in a single sleeve. So there's the front again, and there's the back with the track listing. But yeah, pretty excited to get this. And I do recall that this is it does say Record Store Day, but I was under the impression it was a Record Store Day sort of first release kind of thing, that this will be available, I think, generally after Record Store Day. I don't know if it'll be in this 45 RPM configuration. Interesting they decided to do that. And yeah, this is Peter Max doing the cover there. Of course, the classic house. Okay. And we've got, let's see if I can try to get those out of here. Oh, we've even got a booklet in here too. Very nice. Or something. Not sure what's I'm tugging on. Oh, maybe this is a, I'm not sure what I'm tugging on here. Sorry about this. Well, let's just take that shrink off and see what we're going at here. Maybe it is actually a gatefold. Oh, okay. I'll put that there. And yes, it is a gatefold. Oh, my mistake. My apologies on that. It really looked like, sort of from the top there, that it was two LPs in one sleeve, but it is in fact a gatefold. Here we go. Wow, lots of liner notes there. Like that. And then we have, let's see if I got the right one here. So we've got the first record. And they do a cover of Atlantic City on here. And of course, still with Richard Manuel. Like that. And again, this is 45 RPM, so I'll have to remember that when I put that on the turntable. And then we have okay. And there we have that. So very happy to pick that up. Very happy about that. Okay, and sometimes I miss out on the Doors releases, but here we have the Doors and live in Copenhagen. And now, correct me if I'm wrong, if this is a gatefold as well. Yes, this looks like a gatefold as well. Very good. We've got RSD Black Friday, first official release of the legendary concert, recorded September 17th, 1968. In Copenhagen, 2 LP set pressed on limited edition crystal clear vinyl. So yeah, there's definitely a thing for crystal clear vinyl. Seems to be popular enough. Okay. All right, so let's take that off and we'll take a look at this. And I know some are tired of the live door releases on vinyl. I enjoy them. I look forward to each and every one. As I say, don't always get a chance to pick them up. You know, some things don't arrive for Record Store Day or what have you. But very good. Okay, we've got nice sleeves here and poly-lined, and looks like there you go. There's the one. And here is the other. Okay. Yeah, there's the track listing once again there. Oh, okay, very good. All right, let's put this over here, and we're still going. This one really intrigued me. This is, again, for Record Store Day, the legendary Grateful Dead acoustic set. So this is 180 gram, 2 LPs. This is San Francisco, California, and this is October 4th, 1980, and October 6th, 1980, in an acoustic setting. There was a lot of certainly anticipation for this release, and again, sometimes that Grateful Dead stuff gets scooped up pretty quickly, so looking forward to that. Now, this doesn't have any sort of Black Friday RSD indication, interestingly enough. But here we are. Okay, I'll just put that there. Let's open this up like this. I almost feel like the crease break going on here. Very good. Okay, let's take that one out. My goodness. Okay. And polylined, of course. Sort of typical on that design, if you will, for sort of a lot of the Grateful Dead reissues. Oops. And really good stock for the sleeve, but oh boy. Or for the jacket, I should say. Makes it a little tricky to get those records out, but yeah, this is good. It's pretty solid, my goodness. Okay. All right, we're not done just quite yet. Always like to pick up the Ramones where I can. Record Store Day, Black Friday, Ramones at the venue where it all started. First time on LP on translucent red vinyl live at CBGB's 1977. How awesome is this? Okay. And this seems to be pretty regular now for Ramones releases, so they must be doing well enough, sort of thing. Wow, there you go. Okay. So happy to pick that up. Again, I don't know if you'll be able to see the track listing there. Sorry for the glare. But very cool, 1977. Okay, I am a Billy Joel fan. I'm not an over-the-top Billy Joel fan, but I was intrigued by this one. This is Billy Joel live from Long Island, Record Store Day, Black Friday, the classic hometown show from the Nylon Curtain Tour. 3 LP complete concert includes 5 songs not on the original home video. And the songs are listed there, 2022 mix. And produced by Ryan Ruggles, it looks like. And there's been some critique about the cover, but I do believe that this was the cover of the original VHS release, so they decided to still go with that rather than change the cover. So this looks like, I haven't been doing very well so far, but I think we've got 3 LPs in one sleeve, so there you go. So I don't know if you can see that there in terms of the track listing, maybe a little bit better than on the back. Okay, so I'm going to open this up and we'll see what is inside. As I say, I often don't get Billy Joel Record Store Day releases, or sometimes they don't come in or they're not available, sort of thing. Oh, okay. And here we have, quite simply, the 3 LPs inside. I don't think there's any inserts or anything like that. Doesn't appear to be. It is, though, just in one. Interestingly, so many of these double albums were thankfully in double jackets, or if you will, but not this one. 3 LPs in one single sleeve. Okay, and again, yeah, obviously it's a Columbia thing, because much like the Bob Dylan, these are not polylined, so I don't know. Obviously, that's a Columbia thing. Pretty straightforward in terms of the black vinyl there, so I don't think we need to look at each one. I'll just show you the labels, get the indication on that. Pretty straightforward. It's too bad that they didn't have some sort of insert kind of talking a little bit more about the concerts, or maybe the original VHS release, that sort of thing. Oh, VHS. Okay, I wasn't sure if I was going to pick up this one, but I thought, well, let's go for it. John Lee Hooker, and this is the 30th anniversary of Hooker's 1995 album, and this is on blue vinyl, RSD Black Friday, featuring Van Morrison, Carlos Santana, Charles Brown, and Booker T. And it certainly had the CD of this, and very cool to have this available on vinyl. Okay, it looks like we got a nice sleeve here. There we go. Just doing his best Spock there, and wow. Okay, there you have that. John Lee Hooker. Again, a lot of fun to have this available on vinyl, certainly for the first time. Okay, Tangerine Dream. I'm always a sucker for Tangerine Dream releases. This is live at Place d'Arts, Montreal from April 9th, 1977. RSD Black Vinyl. First time on vinyl. Triple red and white vinyl effects. Color in color marble splatter. Okay. There you go. There's that. And then the back here. And this looks like it is some sort of gatefold. Yes, I think it is a tri, which clearly they didn't bother with Billy Joel. Interesting the way it's just labeled there for the track listing. Okay, but let's open it up and look inside. Okay, I'm just going to slip this off for now. Oops. How are we doing here? How are we doing here? Not so good. So I'd love to hear from you if you were able to find anything for Record Store Day, or if you even bothered, or maybe depending where you were, the weather being a bit of an issue, which I think it might have been certainly for this year for many, because boy, where I live, it's unbelievable amount of snow, which is not totally unusual at this time of year, but it's a little early, shall we say. Okay, I'm just going to take this right off, put this over here. And this looks like it is a trifold. Yes, Montreal being highlighted there. Okay, fantastic. And this is 1977. Okay, so let's... wow, okay. Oh my goodness. Very nice. So there's the one. And I'll have to open this up again to get into the second disc. Okay. And last but not least, disc 3. Well, I think in terms of my selection of the colored vinyl, I think that one was certainly the most impressive overall. Okay, finally we're at the end, saving the biggest for last. I did pick up the Love box set. That looks like it was a pretty popular one for this Record Store Day release. RSD Black Friday, enter this box of love at any time and be forever changed every time. The 4 classic Electra Love albums also includes an exclusive rarities LP, which is cool, and that's a great idea if you're going to do something like this for Record Store Day. So there we have it, and there's the rarities one. I do have a specialty edition of that, and then I was able to actually pick up that not too long ago, but certainly happy to see this as a release, and happy to be able to pick that up. So this is a slipcase. So I'm just going to open this up here. Oops. And try to leave the shrink on for now, but as I say, that just doesn't always work. Sometimes it works. It's a little easier with the slipcases. Okay, very good. And we even have a nice little insert as well. That's great. So let's take a look at the insert since it's right there. Very nice. Wow. Very nice. Impressive. Okay, let's see if we can go through the albums, I guess, in the right order as best we can. And looks like, yep, polyline sleeves and straightforward Electra there. I don't know if the labeling will be different on each one or not. Yeah, it looks like pretty much the same. So it's all black vinyl, that sort of thing. So it's pretty much the same labeling on each one. So there's that. So we'll carry on to, of course, Forever Changes. And there you have that, and that, and then this is pretty much straightforward black vinyl. Trying not to touch it with my fingers as best I can. And then we have, I love For Sale. Oh, and then we have, and then we go to the red. So not the same on each one. There you go, keeps me guessing. And then last but not least, a rarities disc. Great. And this is what's available on the rarities disc. And again, another red label. Okay, so again, I love the complete Elektra albums. There you go. All right, well, yes, totally overdid it. We got a big stack of records here. But again, trying to support local as best we can, this sort of thing. But my goodness. So again, I'd love to hear from you. If you passed on Record Store Day, certainly your thoughts and what have you. Yes, I know I went way, way overboard, but you know, here we are. And you know, we love the music, shall we say. There you go. Okay, again, I've talked too much. I'll get on out of here. Hopefully, if you are participating or partaking, I hope you have a great Black Friday Record Store Day. We'll chat again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.